Okay.
So my name is Pedro Fernandez Acosta. I'm Associate Director of Corporate Engagement for the College of Agriculture, Consumer and Environmental Sciences at the University of Illinois.
Perfect. So before you came here to the United States, which countries did you live in?
I was born in Angola, and I left when I was 2 years old, and went to Portugal. I lived in Portugal for 7 years, and when I was 9, we moved to Brazil. So I grew up in Brazil, and I came to US in 2005, so it's been about almost 12 years that I'm here.
Do you go back and visit?
I do. I go back often, at least once a year, when I can.
Understandable. What was your typical breakfast when you lived in Brazil?
My typical breakfast was, you call it here French roll, we call it pão francês, which is French bread.
French bread?
Yes.
So like French toast?
Yes. Well, not toast. It's really a French roll, and it's toasted. So it's not a French toast, but it's a French roll toasted. And I would like to have cheese or some type of fresh or cut of meat, for example, a salami or a ham, something like that. That was my breakfast with fruits, fresh orange juice, and coffee. Coffee is a big part of Brazilian breakfast.
Okay.
So it's a little bit more light than US breakfast. In general, that's what people in Brazil, they eat the French roll toasted with butter or margarine and coffee.
No syrup?
No syrup. Well, for the coffee or for the French roll?
For the French roll.
No syrup.
No syrup.
No.
Do you like French toast now?
I do. I still eat French roll here. Yeah, it's still part of my breakfast. Some people like me like also to have a French toast or a French roll with a jelly or a preserve.
Okay.
So they probably substitute which is called the syrup.
Okay. But it still has some taste to it and adds to the flavor.
Yes.
And what would you say your typical lunch was in Brazil?
My typical lunch was probably the most substantial meal of the day. Compared to US where your breakfast is heavier, so lunch is heavier. So in Brazil typically it's rice, beans, could be black or pinto beans, a cut of meat, either beef or chicken or pork, and salad, some salad. Sometimes some cooked vegetables too, so it really depends. So that's a very typical Brazilian meat or meal. So it varies a lot. So with a little bit of my Portuguese background, we substitute the rice and beans for potatoes and other types of cooked meat, some stews, things like that. So it really depends. Every day varies very much.
Which is good to have variety in your diet.
But most Brazilians, they will eat the staple food of rice and beans and some sort of meat and vegetables.
Okay. And what would you say is your typical dinner in Brazil?
My typical dinner in Brazil, it varies a lot depending on the day. It's less than I would say lunch. So eat less than lunchtime, either a soup or a sandwich. A sandwich would be pretty close to, a French roll with maybe an omelette or eggs or again, fresh cuts of meat. So that's a very typical meal for me. A lot of Brazilians do eat very similar to lunchtime, and I used to do that too. So it really depends on the day.
In your omelets, do you guys put meat and vegetables and cheese and
I do. I do.
Okay.
So, and I'm not sure if a lot of Brazilians do omelets for dinner. Usually they do like a full meal. That's more of what I tend to do.
Okay. So what would you say your typical lunch is now that you're here and the amount of time you take for it?
I still try to take an hour for lunch every day if I can. It really depends on the day. Some days I cannot have an hour or even have lunch if I get busy and things to do.
And that's similar to what you did when you lived in Brazil.
Somewhat similar. I think Brazil, we have a very standard culture that we have a lunch period of time and everyone stops, even if you're in a business setting like here. We do stop for lunch. We do have a lunch meal, like a full lunch meal. Here, sometimes you have lunch at work and you're working with someone, you bring box lunches and things like that. It's more of a work lunch. Our work lunch in Brazil, it tends to get longer because we're also talking about business. So I tend to eat, still enjoy the food, and take our time to do that, and then continue that meeting while at lunch. But usually it's more of a way of networking and socializing than a proper business meeting. We tend to go after lunch to finalize the meeting.
Right.
So here, it's more, we have a meeting during lunchtime, and we have like a snack or some like light food for lunch.
When you have meetings here or like social gatherings for work here, and say they bring pizza or something unhealthy, do you feel like you're pressured to eat that?
I don't feel pressure, but I tend to eat anyway, and sometimes I don't eat as much when I have a business meeting during lunch, because you tend to get a little bit sleepy, or it's not conducive for you to talk to people while you're eating, so I don't like to mix those things. Some people are more comfortable to do it, and I tend not to. So I think I eat less for lunch when I'm in business meetings here.
Okay.
I tend to eat something in the afternoon or have a break and have some snacks.
Okay, gotcha. So what's your typical dinner here in the United States?
It depends. If I don't have lunch, then I will make dinner. But it goes around sandwiches, and it really depends on the time we have to cook. If we have time to cook, then we cook a full meal.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we tend to cook most of the time instead of going and eat out or eat fast food or anything. So I rarely eat fast food. At which, comparing US to Brazil, people still tend to eat less fast food. I think the tendency is become that people are eating more and more fast food than before.